We knew it was going to be interesting to see how some of these guys got through the pack on fresh tires. We're gonna have to go back and see what happens here. Slow it down. Looking at Josh Benoit in the back. Yeah, looks like everybody's checking up on the outside. Tristan Evil's going to run into the back of the 9 and just get slammed by the 76 trucks. Anthony Crownover with nowhere to go, and also the 46, Josh Benoit, nowhere to go, and everybody just stacks them up here on the restart. That's one of the tougher things about a track like this, with walls so close on both sides and long straightaways like that. Those restarts, they can really funnel up, and there's nowhere to go when somebody up in front of you gets stopped up like that. A lot of guys up on the outside just, well, kind of a victim of unfortunate circumstances there on the restart.
Definitely. I mean, you get on the outside, and there's nowhere to go. I mean, that wall comes up pretty quick. As Cody Porter's still up front, looks like he's going to have to try and get that jump he's got the last couple of restarts. Clayton White sitting in second on the outside. Candarella is up 8 positions to third right now. Jeff Travis in fourth. David Bush rounds out the top 5.
We'll see if we get the 1 to green here. It looks like some of these guys might end up getting lapped with the damage from that. We do have 1 to green. The lights are off on the pace truck, so Brian Whitney still in the pits. Tristan Evil just able to get out in front of the pace truck, and he looks like he's going to stay on the lead lap. Just barely, though. Brian Whitney still in the pits. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. But so far, everyone else is on the racetrack and on the lead lap. So
I wonder how much damage he was able to get repaired in there on the pits trying to beat out that pace truck.
Well, we'll have to see. Once again, there are no fast repairs, so these guys might have to come back down to get another round of repairs if there is another caution, which I wouldn't throw it out the window, but we did have a nice run there to kind of start off the race after that first caution, so we'll see what happens when the pace truck dives in.
And Cody Porter's alphaing away again. Looks like he got that good jump again. Clayton White's going to try and line up right behind him.
And once again, we've got problems on the restart. The caution is out. I'm not seeing any incidents, but oh, Brian Whitney couldn't get enough repairs done before trying to get back out onto the racetrack, and well, we'll see what. Well, it looks like there might be something else to this. Oh, he blew up right on the start.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Brian Whitney. He's going to end up being our first retirement from this race, and that's tough. He was trying to stay out there and not lose too much time, but unfortunately they didn't get those issues solved all the way, and when he gassed her up, it just blew on him. These guys catch up to the pace truck. Well, we've had a rash of yellows at the middle point of this race. I think it's a good time to bring up another one of our sponsors. You hopefully see the logo on the bottom, but Money Shift Media has been on with us so far this season. We definitely appreciate them. Money Shift Media is a sim racing photography business doing professional pictures for individuals, teams, leagues, and more. They also provide graphic design services to the iRacing community. You can hit them up at www.moneyshiftmedia.com/sim-photography. Appreciate Money Shift Media coming on, and it looks like this will be a quickie yellow, given the fact that it was just the one truck pulled off to the side. It was we were able to get that cleared up pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely get that cleared up and off the track pretty quickly. As you see there, it looks like Josh Benoit didn't quite beat the pace truck out, so he's sitting there right behind Cody Porter at the moment.
Want to apologize to our YouTube viewers for our little faux pas there on the broadcast, but we should be all set. And appreciate the help from the rest of the guys here at ESBN Sim Racing Media. As we have waved off the restart, we're going one time around, letting some of these guys get some more repairs done.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get that Josh Benoit, that lap car, back to the tail end of the field so the leaders don't have to deal with him right away.
Yeah, and an unfortunate situation for Josh Benoit there. On that restart, nowhere to go behind that behind the blowing up truck of Brian Whitney, but got another try at it. Take another stab at the restart. Pace truck goes in. Another big jump from Cody Porter there. Clayton White trying to stick with him in the 48. McCain's going to try to dive to the inside for second place.
Clayton White and on the outside, McCain on the inside, all the way through 1 and 2.
You see a little bit
Looks
of
like
3 wide almost coming up off of turn number 2 with the 6 truck there. Chris Mason losing some spots right now. Jeremy Corr is going to get to his inside going into turn number 3. Derrick Rice got by. He's going to slide up right in front of him. Almost a little bit of contact there with Spoon, and you see Derrick Rice making a dive down to the inside of Raj Majapudi, trying to take that position. 7th place that would be if he can get around him, get cleared, going through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Mason.
Oh, we've
just
got a
sitting on
spin.
that spinner too.
Colin McKenzie has hit the inside wall hard. He's on the inside, no caution yet. Looks like he should be able to get her driven away. Oh, my. Sorry.
Yep, he is back on the track, so
He's going to pull off here, and
he's going to tow.
we will stay green. I apologize once again for that interface being up. We got it figured out. And,
Cody Porter is just driving away from this field. Looks like he's a second and a half in front of him, in front of McCain. And then Clayton White's right behind McCain there. And Anthony Emmerich's behind him. Anthony Emmerich's up 11 positions from where he started the day. Jeff Travis is currently in 5th and Derrick Rice in 6th. Jeremy Corrs is in 7th, followed by Jordan Spoon, David Bush, and Raj Manjapudi rounds out our top 10 as he just gets passed by Tim Henderson there. Looks like Anthony Crownover's trying to make his way back to the front as well. He's currently in 11th position, but he's up 6th from where he started the day. Looks like he still has some rear end damage to that truck. See if maybe he can get it repaired on the next caution. Tristan Evil is in 12th. Now, he had a pretty good day last week, coming home in 3rd, but he led the most laps. So he got those all-important bonus points as well. Then we go back to Raj Manjapudi, Kerry Moore, and Scott Martin round out the top 15. And as you said last week, Chris Mason had a rough go of it last week. Looks like he's trying to improve on that today. Jeremy Garland's in 17th, Ron Holmes in 18th, Brendan Schneider in 19th, and Josh Benoit looks like he just passed Brendan Schneider for 19th. As we have a slow truck down there on the inside.
I'm not sure who that was. Potentially the 9 truck coming up off of the pit lane. He is a couple of laps down right now. But out front, nothing's changed. Cody Porter's got himself about 3 seconds on now Clayton White, who's gotten around the 48 of McCain Sear. And he's got his sights set on that leader, but it's going to be a tough ask trying to get 3 seconds back at a mile track.
Yeah, and you have to remember the top 4 right now have not hit pit lane at all yet. Everybody else, like the next 3 trucks pitted at lap 17 on that one caution.
Yeah, and even that's pretty close there with the couple extra caution laps that we ended up running with the restart issues. Will those guys be able to make it? Currently, Derrick Rice is the first guy in the field who has pitted already, and I would imagine with that 78 range, 83 might not be a tough ask if you run the whole run right. But
yeah, you got to be thinking though, if it gets close, they're probably going to want to come in for tires. I mean, you're talking a flat track. It's going to eat up that outside tire pretty quick, and that corner coming off turn 4 is going to be a little slick.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll have to see what kind of tire fall off we're looking at. I mean, these guys are about 3/4 of a second or so, maybe about a second off of their fastest laps right now. And, well, yeah, we look at Cody Porter right now, still sitting in the lead with a good 3.1 seconds. His fastest lap of the race was a 30.26. His last lap was a 31.14. So I don't know. I think with more time, the question would be, do you want to split the race and take tires? But
yeah, I mean, if you look at the last lap times though, I mean, even the trucks that did hit pit road on lap 17 or so, they're not running any faster than Cody is right at the moment. I mean, his tires might start to fall off a little bit faster here when you get closer to the 50 lap range or so, but I mean, even Anthony Crownover, who looks like he came in to get some repairs done during that last caution on lap 25. I mean, he's still running a 31.26. So, but with the way this race is going, if you could try and split it, or I mean, if you're looking at Derrick Rice, he might take a chance. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to strategize in a race like this, but it's even tougher when you've got a guy like Tristan Evil, who has had some damage, but his last pit lap was lap 25. So with that potential lack of horsepower, because I know he got into the wall, he might be in an okay spot in terms of fuel savings. I think he could potentially make it to the end. I think anybody pretty much from lap 20 on, I would include Tim Henderson in 10th place. He pitted on lap 21. I think those guys could potentially make this thing, but these guys like Derrick Rice, who pitted on lap 17, that's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't get any more cautions, I don't know that they could make it. I mean, it'd be a pretty huge ask.
That would be a big ask indeed.
But you're looking at the way these guys are driving now. They've all kind of settled down. I mean, looks like they're just going to settle in here to log some laps, and we might go green the whole way. But they're going to have to figure out something to catch Cody Porter. I mean, he is just off to the races, it seems like, here. Maybe he's trying to make up for last week, but
yeah, he knew he had a fast truck last week, and was odds are was one of the odds-on favorites to win that race, with how well him and the 28 worked together and ran the front of that field, pushing each other. But we'll have to see. We've got 60 laps to go. We got 58 laps to go this time around, and that's a long time here. That's 58 miles for anything to change, and I know Cody Porter's hoping it doesn't, but he's got to make a pit stop, and actually, a caution would probably be his best friend.
Yeah, a caution probably would be. I mean, we're looking at the season standings here. And everybody's pretty well within a few points, except for the two trucks that got the bonus points. I mean, Anthony Crownover and Tristan Evil. They're first and second in the points. They've got a couple point lead over the next truck with his Jeremy Kors.
And speaking of Jeremy Kors, he's trying to defend this spot from Jordan Spoon, and Spoon only about a car length off of him here, going down into turn number 3. Gonna try to slide down, get down below him, and potentially get next to him coming down the front straightaway. Like we mentioned, at a track this flat, it's so tough to set up a pass, but look at how close he is to that back bumper going down the front straightaway.
Yeah, you get that close, you're gonna either have to make the choice to let off the gas.
Into the wall is the 97.
Yeah, right in that wall.
He's pushing hard to keep that 13 behind him.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna settle down a little bit and let him pass, and drop in behind him and regroup a little bit.
Yeah, dicey moment there for a top 5 position, but these guys get through it okay. And well, we got some of the best truckers out here. We expect these, good moves and good saves.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at some of these drivers, they hit a wall like that, and you're going to take out half the field coming back down on the track. But he kept his composure, let the truck go by, dropped in behind him, and he's ready to go racing again.
As you see a battle here, a 3-way battle with David Bush, Tim Henderson, and Anthony Emmerich trying to keep them both behind. That 11 truck has jumped in a couple of times, trying to get to the inside of the 23, but unable to hold that position and make that pass.
Well, it's just like we keep talking about. I mean, you get to that inside, and you either have to let up or you're going to slide up a little bit, and it doesn't look like he's quite ready to make that move this early in the race.
Yeah, and we saw what just a slight bit of contact will do in the center of the corner when these cars are at their lightest, with the 9 and the 84 getting into it in turns 3 and 4 just a little bit after lap 20 or so. So we know how tough these trucks are to hold on to, and especially when you've got guys like these guys pushing every bit that they can, trying to get everything out of the setup to make it quick. I mean, it makes for some exciting racing, and we're seeing a heck of a battle right now between these three. They're all in the top 10, but just trying to get that all-important extra point here, because when we get down to week 12, every point's going to matter.
Exactly. And as you're talking about grip and such, and we're looking at these two Martin Sports trucks, why don't we take a second here and give you some little bit more information about them. Martin Sports and Great Lakes Clothing Company are a family-owned business that have been serving the Marquette County, Delta County, and Alger County, and Michigan's Upper Peninsula, or the UP, for the past 10 years. Martin Sports and Great Lakes Clothing Company continues to expand and to grow each passing year. Starting from one simple embroidery machine to multiple machines, screen printing, heat pressing, custom stipulation printing, a major brand in the sim racing market, and more. Such growth has continually allowed them to offer the highest level of service to their retail team and corporate accounts. Contact them at martinsports906.com.
We definitely appreciate Martin Sports jumping on with us. They've got some really good sim racing gloves as we've got contact.
Into the wall.
The 42 and the 84 have gotten together. The 84, that is Kerry
84,
Moore.
Kerry Moore.
Looks like he's going to be slow up against the top, trying to get down to the bottom side, try to find an opening, and he's going to get back down to the bottom here, but heavy contact there going down into turn number 1. We're going to try to take a look to see what happened there.
Now it looks like he probably just got a little bit too aggressive there on the outside, and the 42 squeezed him into the wall a little bit. Probably that first contact knocked his wheels off of alignment, and he couldn't get off the wall until he slowed down a little bit. But as he was able to get going, we're still under green.
And a little bit of netcode launched that 84 truck up. I mean, you see them both jump up like that, but a tough break for both of those guys as Gary Moore is going to make it back to the pits. Cody Porter still holding just over a 3.5 second lead over Clayton White, sitting at second place. As we've got a couple of lap trucks in front of him. This is the first time that we're going to see traffic play a factor, and especially at these shorter tracks, traffic is huge. You almost wonder how much... Sorry, go ahead.
You definitely want to let them get them out of the way as quick as possible.
And here comes Cody Porter into the pits. It's going to make his pit stop. Clayton White is going to take the lead now. Cody Porter about halfway, kind of like we thought that halfway gap was going to be the best time to pit, but I mean, it was an opportune, maybe not best. We'll find out, but an opportune time to pit. Being able to split the race into two and try to have the shortest time.
Yeah, he definitely probably was thinking, man, what do I have to do to get that caution when he saw those two trucks up against that wall. Clayton White inherited the lead, getting that bonus point there.
He is also one who has not yet pitted. Oh, we've got one in the wall. 88 hard into the wall. That is a
Jeff Travis.
Tough bit of contact, and now he's around. That's going to bring out a caution. He's driving backwards down the racetrack. I would have to assume something has disconnected. His throttle must have hung because he has been disconnected by iRacing. I would assume there is some sort of hardware failure to do with that because that was incredibly unusual. We're take a look here. I'll go real time here. Yeah, he hooks the wall and it just stays. I don't see any wheel movement on the front side.
Yeah, it looks like he had some hardware failure. But that is definitely not what Cody Porter wanted to see after he made his green flag pit stop.
No, not right after that green flag pit stop. We're going to sit on the roll bar, see what we hear. Yep, 1,000% throttle is mashed, and well, that confirms our suspicions, but we're going to jump to the leaders here as Clayton White, along with the rest of the top 10, has jumped into the pits under this caution.
Looks like Jeremy Garland stayed out to lead a lap there. He last pitted on lap 26.
Yeah, he could make it to the end on fuel, and we have seen once these tires equalize out, it doesn't seem to take too long for these tires to equal out.
No, definitely not. I mean, we saw Cody Porter. I mean, he was running the same, if not faster laps than some of the guys that pitted later. But now Cody Porter is going to have a little bit of lap traffic probably or slower trucks to deal with because he's not going to be up front.
Jeremy Garen's going to come into the pits this time around. He got his 5 bonus points for leading a lap, or not 5. It's 1 bonus point for leading a lap. I've been watching a couple of old NASCAR races lately, so apologies for that. But he gets his 1 bonus point, and I'm not sure how, but I'm showing Cody Porter in the lead.
Yeah.
Did he retain his lead lap spot with that?
I thought he might have went a lap down, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was in and out relatively quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if he was on the lead lap at the time of caution and everybody in front of him pitted, this could have actually been the best thing to happen to Cody. We're gonna have to we'll give this a lap or so here, let these waiver rounds get by, but that could have been the most opportune caution for Cody Porter. I mean, that there could have been. It looked like a bad situation with the timing of the caution, but
yeah, I mean, if he was able to keep his lead lap spot, that's probably the best thing that happened for him. I thought he probably went down a lap because it was under green, but he was able to maintain it. He'll be up front when we go back green.
Yeah,
and look who's right. And look who's right behind him.
Anthony Crownover. They work so well together at Daytona, but unfortunately, this racetrack does not allow you to work together with somebody the same way. So we're gonna have to see how these guys race it at the beginning. You know, a little bit of front damage is present on the 28, but be interesting to see how much they got fixed, if they got that engine back up into tip-top shape here for these last 40 laps.
They line up 2 by 2 again, getting ready to go green.
Just want to say thanks to everybody watching. I know we had a little bit of trouble on the YouTube, but should be good now. We should be here, and Pace Truck's about to pull in for the last 40 laps.
And Cody Porter's down and away again, gets that jump again. Anthony Crownover down on the inside of McCain Crya as he's looking to get up into second. 2 wide behind them with Jordan Spoon and Derrick Rice.
As Anthony Crownover is trying to work the inside around Candelaria, doesn't look like McCain is going to give up that spot, and we've got another caution here. So it looks like Anthony Emmerich is around with Josh Benoit in turns 3 and 4. See a little bit of dark smoke potentially out of that 23, and that is not good for him.
Like he's able to get going though, so he'll probably take it down pit road and try and get it fixed up real quick.
See what happened here, and it looks like a bump from the 67, and the 23 did everything he could to just lock it up, and nowhere for the 46 to go as he came back down. Just a tough deal there. We'll try to take another look here. This guy's racing side by side into turn 1. Emmerich's gonna more than likely slide up and get the spot here up off of 2. He gets clear. It might just be a misjudgment on the 67 going down into the corner. Just a tap is gonna turn him around.
Just enough.
Josh Benoit with nowhere to go.
Yeah, like we said, these corners are flat. I mean, you get a little bit of a bump and around you're going. I mean, on board here with Josh Benoit, and he had nowhere to go. You heard him let off the throttle trying to get down to the apron, but wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, tough break for both of those guys. Anthony Emmerich's going to be in the pits for a little while if he can get that thing back fixed. Generally, that gray smoke, that black smoke is not good. And with this caution, we're going to have to see what, if any, strategy plays out. Looks like everybody's going to stay out. We should have 1 set of tires for most of everybody, but Crownover is going to have 2, having only pitted, or Cody Porter is going to have 2, only pitted the 1 time. And it looks like we are going 1 to green this time around.
Yeah, it looks like Cody Porter's going to have to get that jump he had again. But he's got to be feeling pretty good right at the moment, you know, with the way he's been running. He gets out in front. Once he gets that jump, he's gone. So we'll see if Anthony Crownover has anything for him, since he'll be starting on the outside of row 1 here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes here on the restart. These guys, once again, we mentioned how they work together at Daytona. There's that 13 truck, Jordan Spoon, sitting in 4th place. He's had himself an eventful day, and Pace Truck stays out on the racetrack this time, and well, that seems like a good time for us to bring up Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is sponsoring this league as well. They've got a promo code fired up. gets you 25% off. And Martin Sports also has a promo code for us. We brought them up earlier. Fired Up is their promo code for 20% off. So definitely appreciate those guys jumping in and helping out and helping the community get access to such great products and yeah, we're hoping for should be getting the restart this time. I don't see lights on, so
I get these guys lined up and let's go back racing.
Pace truck makes that hard left turn. Cody Porter hoping to get the same restarts he has, and he does. A nice jump there on the outside, or compared to the outside of Anthony Crownover. A couple car lengths separate these guys going down into turn number 1. Clayton White on the outside of Derrick Rice there trying to work that outside, and you see Jordan Spoon working the outside of McCain, trying to get into that third spot, that podium position. Deep dive down into turn 1. You see the 48 truck slide up just a bit in front of Clayton White, and Clayton's going to try the old switcheroo, get down below him up off the corner, get the little side draft on the front straightaway so he can position himself. Goes down to the bottom, deep dive into turn number 1. 48 truck working that outside. He's not able to get the run that he wants to quite yet. He's going to get cleared for 4th place. And now he's got a new guy on his back bumper in Derrick Rice.
Yeah, it looks like they looks like they're starting to settle down a little bit, getting everybody single file. But Cody Porter has once again decided to basically check out on the field.
Tristan Evil's truck was pretty evil off of turn 4 right there as he had a wicked save. As you see the 97 truck getting loose down into turn number 1, Jeremy Kors with some wicked car control, keeping that thing under him, and he's going to retain that position.
Yeah, it looks like he came in on lap 57, got some fresh tires, and maybe they haven't came in quite yet with all the caution laps that they've had on them. But as he settles back down right behind Derrick Rice, and looks like he's still has a little bit loose in there off of coming off the corner there. You got Tristan Evil behind him. Oh, looks like he's going to make Jeremy Kors is going to make a run on the inside of
almost
Derrick Rice.
3 wide going down into turn number 1 with Jeremy Kors, Derrick Rice, and the lap truck that looks to be the... I'm not sure. Colin McKenzie, I believe. Nope, it is not. But these guys get through okay. Into the wall is that lap truck once again. I believe that's, Connor Hazel.
Connor Hazel.
Maybe not. Nope, I'm sorry. I'm getting things wrong here.
As we look back up front, Cody Porter is up to a second lead again over Anthony Crownover. Jordan Spoon behind that. Clayton White in 4th, and McCain Conloranda is in 5th. Derrick Rice in 6th. Jeremy Kors in 7th. Tristan Evil in 8th. David Bush in 9th. Chris Mason is having a great day compared to what he had last week, up 9 positions in the top 10.
Yeah, Chris Mason, one who wanted a strong run here today, especially after he missed the start at Daytona and then went a lap down early because of that. Ended up in a hard crash on the front straightaway and couldn't continue after that. So definitely one hoping for a nice run as you see that 17 truck once again with a moment coming up off of 2. This time he will lose the spot to David Bush. And I believe that was Ron Holmes was the car that I couldn't figure out before. I apologize for that. But, yeah, Tristan Evil, he's had himself a tough time. The back end of that truck with a good bit of damage on it. I can't imagine that's helping the turn. But he's recovered well for a top 10 so far.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, you see him almost every corner when he's coming off on the exit there. It's just a little bit looser than he'd like. But once he gets it figured out, Looks like gets right back to the bumper of Busch again.
Side by
As
side.
they're side by side.
Yeah, side by side for third here is Clayton White. Goes big. A big move onto the inside. Go big or go home as Jordan's going to try to get back to his back bumper. Maybe make a move down the back stretch with the old crossover move. Jordan Spoon to the inside of Clayton White. He's going to get close. He's going to get loose on entry. Still sliding. These guys are racing closer than I'm comfortable. Parking next to people and almost hitting coming up off of turn number 4. What a moment there. That's another Martin Sports truck. And you see Clayton White. He's able to hold on to that third position for now. But a huge charge from that 13. You got to wonder as you see him sideways coming up off of turn number 2 if that's going to come back or if that's going to hurt his tires just enough to maybe let Clayton feel a little more comfortable with P3.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see how close they were getting. I mean, it's getting down to 25 to go. I mean, it's getting time to that go or go home. But as you see Clayton White in that Sticker Cabana car, another one of our great sponsors we have here for the Fired Up League. Sticker Cabana was born in 2013 by two very creative, driven entrepreneur beach bums motivated to create their own business. It wasn't long after that Sticker Cabana was created, while on the beach, of course, hence the name. Quality vinyl decals in over 1,000 designs on sticker display racks all over the country. These displays could be your next big seller. All of the company's products are 100% made in the USA. Contact them at www.stickercabana.com.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate Sticker Cabana jumping on this 53 truck and also jumping on with this league. They're a good group. Definitely check them out. As you see that 53 truck trying to chase down the 28 of Anthony Crownover. He's gotten closer and closer, but Cody Porter still sitting out front.
Yeah, Cody Porter's just checked out on this field. Every time he gets out front, he's what, 2.5 seconds in front right now. I mean, he's got to be thinking today's a good day.
Yeah, today is definitely a good day if you're driving that 04 truck. I mean, he's led the most laps by far, more than half of the race so far, and well, barring a late race restart, which we can never dismiss, especially at a track like New Hampshire. He's sitting pretty.
I mean, Anthony Crownover back in second has to be wondering what he has to do to try and catch him. I mean, he's had a rough day, but he's still up 15 positions. But looking at the back end of that truck, it's a little rough.
Yeah, and he's, as much as he's worried about that 3-second gap in front of him, the one behind him is about 0.3 and getting smaller. Clayton White is reeling in that 28 truck. So he's trying to take second place here, and well, we'll see. There's a little bit more of a gap going down into turn number 3. Crownover, like you said, he's up 15 positions, by far our biggest mover of the race. We do have a couple of other big movers. Raj Manjapudi has gained 10 positions from the start, and so has Brandon Schneider, who rounded out the field today. So good days for all three of those guys. You see McCain here trying to hold off the 97 of Jeremy Kors. Looks like he's going to do good this time around off of 2. It looks like a little bit more of a gap as he's getting to the inside of the 13, Jordan Spoon.
Yeah, it looks like Jordan Spoon might have got into the wall there. Got a little loose, gave up a couple positions, but he's back to racing now. You got Jeremy Kors right behind him, looking to try and get back up to where he was running earlier before he touched the wall.
And that was see a couple of good shots there. The damage now on the right side of that 13 truck. Now trying to hold off the 97 of Jeremy Kors as we are under 20 laps to go. And we know Cody Porter has been quick. He's just gaining and gaining. It's about 3.5 seconds over second place Anthony Crownover. But Jeremy Kors tried to take advantage of that ill-handling truck in front of him. As you see, wide goes the 13. Going to give plenty of space down on the bottom for the 97. Maybe try it for the crossover here, coming up off of turn number 2.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Jordan has found a different line that's going to help his handling on that truck. He looks like he's about middle of the corner, and then he'll drop down towards the apron on exit. Seems to be pretty seems to be pretty well keeping that line so he doesn't come up against that wall on the exit there, as he goes a little wide and then comes right back down again.
Oh, and he's going to get the wall again up off of turn number 2. He's going to try to keep David Bush behind him, but a huge run from the 11 going down into turn number 3. Looks like he's looks like Spoon's going to give him the inside and maybe try to race him on the outside. Yep, side by side coming up off of turn number 4. Spoon with the advantage that time. That's for 7th place. We'll go back up to 2nd, which is heating up big time.
Yeah, Clayton White definitely has moved up right onto the bumper of Crownover there. Looks like that damage might be coming back to bite Anthony Crownover in the butt there a little bit, because Clayton White, his truck looks nice and clean.
Yeah, but you can't discount the recovery after a bit of earlier contact. We know he had some restart woes, and to be able to run 2nd right now, even if he loses this spot, as it looks like that 53 is just a little bit quicker, but it's so tough to pass here. 15 laps to go this time by for Cody Porter, 14 rather. But the battle for 2nd is on fire.
Yeah, like you said, definitely looks like Clayton White's trying to set up the pass for a couple laps in advance. He just kept getting closer and closer as he dives to the inside here of Anthony Crownover.
And the caution has just come out. I'm not entirely sure what has happened for the yellow flag here, but
looks like Ron Holmes.
I will take a look here. Ron Holmes, you said.
Yeah.
Yep, 33 coming up off of 2. Just sideways, locks her up, gets that inside wall, and gets back up onto the track just sideways enough to bring out that caution. And an unfortunate deal for the 33. Ron Holmes had a little bit of earlier contact. Had been struggling so far throughout this race, but let's try to bring her home and have a good one. That's not what he wants to see, as these guys catch up to the pace truck. And well, Mike.
Yeah,
here's the big question.
He's not the only one that didn't want to see that caution.
Here's the big question, though. Do you pit? 10 to go, 14 on a lead lap? From the front, I don't think so, but some of these guys mid-pack.
No, I think if you're mid-pack or back...
Oh, and here comes everybody.
All of them.
Is anybody going to try to stay out? Jeremy Guerin? He's going to stay out. Scott Martin? He's going to come in. Jeremy Guerin is staying out right now, but we're going to take a look at these pit stops here. As all of your top 14 has, or top 13 has come in, and one guy staying out.
Yeah, if you're Jeremy, though, is that something you wanted to see?
I don't know. Derrick Rice wins the race off pit road. Cody Porter looks like he took 4 tires. He's going to lose the race off pit road, come off 4th place, or 3rd place rather. 4th with Guerin on the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Jeremy Guerin, you just witnessed everybody else pit. Is that? I mean, everybody else has fresh tires now. I mean, he last pitted though on lap 63, so he's got relatively fresh tires.
Yeah, I think he. I mean, he's currently up 11 spots right now. I think he was in 13th before that caution came out, and no matter what happens, 10 laps, if he loses a spot a lap, it's still a net gain. He finishes 11th. So we'll have to see how this works. I believe the 20 truck took 2 tires. The 13, I believe, as well, got some of that repair done, but had to have taken 2 tires to err on the side of speed and track position rather than try to be caught up in the back of that. Cody Porter, though, our dominant truck of the day, definitely our most laps led. Gonna get our 2 extra bonus points in addition to the bonus point for leading a lap. Now sits in a position he hasn't been in really at all today.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's going to be outside. So definitely not a place he's used to. He's restarted inside almost every time, so it'll be interesting to see how quick he can get around Derrick Rice. I mean, it looks like Jordan Spoon, maybe he got some of that damage fixed to help his handling of his car, because he definitely was having a rough go of it for a little while there. But
yeah, who knows? Maybe he got something figured out with the looseness of that. That right side tires might have been the right thing to fix it. We're going to have 9 laps to go here at the restart. 9 miles to go at the Magic Mile in the McGee Family Dealerships 100. Man, I don't think it gets any better than this. Chat, if you want to jump in, let us know who you're rooting for, who's your favorite. If you think Cody Porter can get up there, or if you think somebody who hasn't been so dominant is going to take this one home. Can't thank you guys enough for sticking around with us with the faux pas that we've had, but we are here. We are ready for the run to the finish here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and a monster jump for the 7 truck. Jeremy Guerin, Cody Porter trying to push that 20 truck so he can get in front of the 13, but Jordan Spoon looks to have the position for now. Is he going to get clear of the 04 coming up off of turn 2? As we've got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Derrick Rice getting up to the top side, and
Cody Porter down to the inside. He said, I've had enough of being back here. He's clear down on the apron.
Huge, almost 4 wide at New Hampshire as Derrick Rice is on the top side. Cody Porter is riding that yellow line. I said you couldn't do it, and he's out here proving me wrong. 8 laps to go this time, and Cody Porter's gotten up to 2nd place. 4 tires versus 2, and 3 wide for 3rd place.
Cody Porter right on the back of Derrick Rice. Looks like
Into
he's
the
going to
wall
try
is
and
the
set him
7.
up.
Almost touching down the back straightaway. The caution is out. Chris Mason has crashed. That's going to bring out a caution. They were 3 wide going into turn number 3, but the caution comes out, and we're going to re-rack him one more time with even less time to bring this home. Take a look at what happened to the 6, as it looks like he's just going to spin all by himself back there.
Looks like he just got loose coming off of the corner there.
Yeah, but decent hit to that inside wall. It doesn't look like a whole heck of a lot of damage, but we'll see how it goes. He was sitting 15th place on the lead lap, so this late in the race, I don't think you want to take repairs and potentially risk losing that lead lap position.
Definitely not. But now we got Cody Porter going to be sitting on the outside of Derrick Rice. Derrick Rice is going to control the restart, so we'll see how that shapes up. But with the jumps that Cody Porter's got, I mean, even when he was behind Derrick Rice on that last restart, he was right to his bumper. So I have a feeling that he's gonna make short work of being back here in 2nd place. But we'll have to see when they go green again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 20 has been really strong all day, and I just don't know. It'll be interesting to see if it's enough to keep that 04 behind him. We're coming to 6 laps to go, 5 laps to go this time. If we take the 1 to green, we'll have 4 laps on the restart. And if the sense of urgency didn't pick up on that last restart, this one is going to be insane. I mean, it's one of the toughest tracks to pass, and you get everybody all close together like this with a race win on the line. You know, a guy like Cody Porter, he wants to win. He wants to finish strong to solidify himself in that top 13. He doesn't want to be on the outside looking in. He wants to be confidently in there, and those extra bonus points with a win is going to help you. But you know Derrick Rice is thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you got to be thinking that Derrick Rice knows that Cody Porter's got some good jumps. So we'll have to see how that all boils down when he's the one controlling the restarts, not Cody Porter.
Lights stay on the pace truck this time. We're not doubled up yet. So, looks like 3 to go on the restart if we take the 1 to green this time. And, 3 miles to decide the finish, man. That sounds... Well, sign me up, man. I'm buying a ticket.
Here we go again, just like last week. Last week we had them reckon at the beginning of the white flag, middle of the white flag, and even as they cross the finish line. So we definitely know we're in for a race, especially if it's 3 to go. I mean, we already saw them 3-4 wide from the grass to the wall. I mean, got to wonder what aren't they going to do this time?
Appreciate once again everybody who's tuning in at the moment on Facebook and on YouTube. We've got 4 laps to go this time, 3 laps to go at the restart. These guys are doubled up. Cody Porter has led most of this race, but due to pit strategy and a couple guys taking 2, guys staying out, he finds himself in second place on the outside looking in, trying to get back and lead the last one after leading so many before. Derrick Rice trying to spoil his party. Jordan Spoon is sitting in 3rd place, having an up and down day for sure, but he's had a strong truck all day. Clayton White definitely been up in the top 5, and Anthony Crownover sitting in 5th place has had some adversity to overcome. He's up 12 spots from his starting spot, and that pace truck's about to dive in one more time, Mike.
And here we go again. Looks like Derrick Rice is not going to waste any time and gets going relatively early. Cody Porter's on his outside. Looks like he's going to drop in right behind him and try and cross him over here.
I thought he was going to dive deep to the inside. The 20 slides up, and that's going to give Porter a good chance to get to his inside. Coming up off of turn number 2, still side by side. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. 3 wide for 3rd place behind him. Derrick Rice trying to hold that outside, keep Cody Porter pinched. The slide from the 0-4 is going to keep him side by side. Clayton White gets bumped up high. The 48's going to spin up off of turn number 4. Is that going to bring out a caution? The caution is out, and the 0-4 was in the lead, coming to 2 laps to go. Man, what a restart.
3 wide, 4 wide. The 13 of Jordan Spoon kept getting loose. Almost wrecked in front of Clayton White a couple times.
Take a look at the 48. Dives it in. He's sitting on that transition, and it just gets out from under him. Tries to lock up the brakes at this point to not bring out that yellow. And then, I guess as he tried to get back out of the racetrack, it came out. So we're going to have ourselves a green-white checker in what has already been an insane race.
And here we go again. This time, though, Cody Porter controls the restart.
He has been one of the best on restarts, if not the best all day, as we've seen him from the lead able to jump out 5-6 car lengths, as even on that last restart, the 20 was only able to get about 1 or 2 going down into 1. So we're going to have to see what kind of restart the 20 can get on the outside. You know he's going to be looking left as hard as he can, as you see the 84 Carry Moore getting a lap back. You know he's going to be looking left, trying to get that exact moment that he sees the gas, or sees him push on the gas, and you see that weight shift to the back of that truck, and this is going to be insane.
Yeah, we thought the last couple of restarts were there 3 and 4 wide. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be the same way again.
Yeah, Cody Porter, once again, he's led most of this race back in the lead. Derrick Rice, taking 2 tires last time to take the lead, has lost it, trying to get it back. Anthony Crownover up 14 spots from his starting position. Jordan Spoon with an excellent recovery after bouncing off the wall. And Clayton White, we saw him get bumped up to the top after that last restart and still sitting in 5th place. Gotta say, man.
Jeremy Garland, he stayed out after that caution that came out on lap 88 when everybody else pitted. So he's still looking pretty good, up 6 positions at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how good these guys are at what they do. I mean, iRacing is a tough simulator, and building setups that work is tough. And driving these cars on the edge of control like they have been. We've seen them slide off of turn number 2 and 4 plenty. Doesn't matter who you are, what spot you're in. We've even seen the 04 of Cody Porter doing it. These guys are putting it out all on the line, and it's been a great show to watch, a great show to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, these last 2 weeks, I mean, first week, I mean, like I said, they were wrecking everywhere on the final lap. Had 3 wrecks, and they still were wrecking across the checkers. This time here, we're side by side, 3 to go. You know, green, white checker. You know, it's gonna be awesome to see what happens. I mean, is Anthony Crownover gonna sit back there, or is he gonna have something for him? Clayton White also. I mean, he's been making some moves. It's gonna be interesting to see if they go 3-4 wide again.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd see 4 wide at New Hampshire and see these guys make it work, but these guys have, well, they've proven me wrong. They've done things I've never seen before, and we're going to see an incredible last 2 laps here. Hopefully, last 2 laps, but might not be over. Green, white checkers, I think we got 3 of them, so this is number 1. We got an overhead view. The pace truck's about to turn in. We get ourselves one last go at a restart.
And Cody Porter's off and away again. Looks like he got that jump like he did the last few times when he was controlling the restart. Derrick Rice right behind him. Anthony Crownover and Jordan Spoon side by side. Clayton White jumps in behind them. Jeremy Garland on the outside, almost 3 wide with Tristan Evil in the middle. Jordan Kors on the inside.
Tristan Evil with a big recovery as you see a battle for second place. Anthony Crownover trying to take it away from Rice, and almost a little bit of contact from Clayton White to Jordan Spoon. Spoon's going to slide up off of 4. Clayton White's going to try to move to the inside for a top 4 spot. The battle for second is still on. Cody Porter is sitting about 3/4 of a second, and we've got contact. Jordan Spoon is around. Spoon was around the 7 of Guerin, hit the wall. Cody Porter is looking to come away with this scot-free pretty much.
Yeah, Anthony Crownover in second, Derrick Rice in third.
Off of turn number 4, Cody Porter with a dominant performance. He's going to win the McGee Family Dealerships 100. Second place goes to Anthony Crownover, and Derrick Rice takes third place away. Clayton White was close there on the end of it, but wow, what a finish there. We're going to go and take a quick look to see what happened there on the last lap. See, this happened
right there in front of
you. A little bit behind the... oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Going down into turn number 1. A little bit of contact with Clayton
White.
Almost 4
wide.
Yeah, that 4 wide again. Jeremy Garrett with a good job of pushing through that, and it looks like that 2 truck was unable to get around. But let's take a look at Cody Porter as he burns it down after a victory here at New Hampshire. Going to go ahead and drag him up into the booth here. Hey, Cody. Congrats on the win there. This is Liam and Mike up in the booth. Talk us through your race, man. You were on rails all night.
Yeah, we've been focusing on this setup for a while. I think we showed that. I think we had a pretty good setup tonight. Really focused on qualifying because we noticed there's quite a bit of dirty air here. Not sure what that's all about. But we got it set up to get pole and then basically just dominated the whole night. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you had a almost inopportune pit stop. You had to pit under green, try to split the race, and a caution came out right after it. How did that work out to get you back into the lead right away?
So, yeah, I don't know why everyone pitted so early because I didn't think I can make it to the end. So I was hoping we can at least make it to 50, and we were still hitting competitive times compared to people in fresh tires, so I wasn't too worried about it. And I knew that I could come back around and get back to lead even with the green flag pit stop. But in the caution, I saw that someone crashed right beside me, and I was like, "Oh no, this is going to put me a lap down." But fortunately, I got out just in time. I believe it was Clayton was leading at the time, and we slid it back around on fresh tires back to the lead. So, no complaints from me.
Yeah, almost a Paul Wolf type strategy call right there with how it played out for you. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
once again, a dominant performance from you. Congratulations. Who do you want to thank today?
I got to thank Mindshift Media for sponsoring me, providing me with everything I can do with this. Nexus eSports, me and the guys there have been working on the setup for a while. Candy Signs, and the ProRef guys, Anthony and Connor, for being my guinea pigs of these setups, basically. And you guys for streaming. This is awesome. Thank you.
Awesome stuff, Cody. Well, we appreciate you joining us. I don't remember your team. What team are you
Oh,
on?
Mindshift Racing.
Okay, sorry about that. Well, we'll talk to you hopefully next week. Congrats once again.
Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
Then we've got second place is Anthony Crownover. We'll bring him up in here. Anthony, man, you had yourself a wild race. You drove through the field twice, and you ended up gaining 15 spots from your starting position to finish second. Walk us through your day.
I guess I just wanted to make it hard on myself. But no, I was just scrubbing my tires first lap of qualifying and hit the wall out of 4 on my second lap. So I knew I was gonna have to come from the back. But Cody and us got a good setup on a car or truck. I mean, so I knew I could get up there. I just had to be patient. I got in a little accident because I don't know what happened on a restart. Got that damage fixed. Surprised I still got second after a minute worth of damage, but I will take it, and we'll take this first and second to start off the year with.
Yeah, we did see a bit of back damage and that kind of calamity. These New Hampshire restarts do tend to tighten up like that, but still a great run from you. That truck wasn't. I mean, do you feel like it was pretty good after getting that all repaired, or?
I felt like I was a little bit slow at the end of the straightaway, so on the restarts it kind of hurt me a little bit getting off. But after that, I thought it was pretty good. But overall, I can't complain about that after starting back where I did.
Yeah, I mean, a fantastic drive from you, and a first and a second, that should put you right up on top of the points. We'll wait for confirmation on that, but a fantastic start for the season for you. Can't tell you. Well, definitely appreciate you joining us here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys doing an awesome job. Just want to shout out the racing teams,
Oh, yeah,
Pro
my
Rev
bad.
Race Team, and Money Shift Racing. My sponsors, Money Shift Media, and Connor Hazel Designs. Check them out on Trading Pay and MoneyShiftMedia.com.
Yep, sorry about that. Be sure to give those guys a look. And, well, Anthony, well, we talked to you for the first 2 weeks. Hopefully we talk to you again next week.
I will definitely see you again next week.
All right, man. And then we've got Derrick Rice, also with an eventful race. We're going to bring him up in here after. Well, Derrick, you had yourself a heck of a race there, and I know that truck was kind of sideways on you, but you pulled some pit strategy at the end. Kind of walk us through your day and how those last restarts worked out for you.
Yeah, the truck was really good in my opinion. New Hampshire, by all means, is not one of my best tracks. So Jeremy, Coors, and Daniel and everybody over at Lunatic Racing did an awesome job getting everything dialed in this week for it. Just didn't quite have enough there. Those guys who finished first and second, I mean, they were just a rocket. And I know Cody off the get-go was just very good. So don't think we quite had what they had today, but we tried that strategy at the end, saw we only had about 10 laps left, and practicing on a 2-tire stop, it helped it rotate. So my whole thinking was get the track position, have it rotate, hopefully go green, and go from there. So I'll take third. Definitely was an awesome run for us. Awesome run in this series. Definitely want to thank Fuel also for putting this on. Really enjoy this series. This definitely is a good bounce back from our ending at Daytona last week after being top 5 that whole race. So we'll just keep chipping away, gaining some points here and there, and hopefully be there at the end when it really counts.
Yeah, I mean, it was an awesome drive, and if your season goes anything like your night tonight, I expect you to be there. Is there anybody else that you want to thank or shout out for tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Again, just got to thank Team Lunatic with Jeremy, Daniel, all my teammates. We got quite a few of them running in this league, and we really enjoy it. Got to thank Scott Martin with Martin Sports. Great guy to have in my corner. Really appreciate everything he does. And his gloves most definitely kept my hands dry there on that last 10 laps because it was stressful. Got to thank Nerditudes, Podium Esports, iFlag, again, everybody at Fuel for just putting on an awesome series. I'm really glad, Jeremy recommended it for us, and I'm just really excited for next week. And I think this is good momentum for not just me, but the whole team as well.
Well, awesome stuff, man. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you joining us here. Congrats once again on your podium finish, and yeah, well, hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
I hope so. That's a good thing if we do.
All right, that was Derrick Rice rounding out our podium, and well, Mike, we had ourselves a wild race here at New Hampshire.
Man, if these first two races are like the way the season's going to go, it's going to be an entertaining season. As we sit here and look at the final results of the McGee Family Dealerships 100, Cody Porter wins the race, basically led 90% of the laps and takes home the win. Anthony Crownover in second, Derrick Rice in third, Clayton White in fourth, Tristan Evil in fifth, Jeremy Kors in sixth, David Bush seventh, Jeremy Garand in eighth, Rajman Japudai in ninth, Tim Henderson in 10th.
After Tim Henderson, we have Scott Martin and Kerry Moore, McCain Sear, Chris Mason, Jordan Spoon, Brandon Schneider, Tyler Travis, Ron Holmes, and rounding out the field here, we've got Anthony Emmerich, we've got Anthony Emmerich, Josh Benoit, Jeff Travis, Connor Hazel, Colin McKenzie, and Brian Whitney, rounding out the field of 24 trucks today here at New Hampshire. I mean, we've got some of the best truckers on the service in this league, and we saw them put on a heck of a show tonight. I mean, I could go on and on about final thoughts, but Mike, what have you got for us?
Well, I look forward to Chicagoland next week. I mean, if these guys are able to put on this type of show at Daytona and New Hampshire, I think Chicagoland's going to be a really fun track to go to. And we'll definitely see a shakeup in points too.
Yeah, Chicagoland is our first 1.5 miles of the season, 125 laps there, and you can find it next week, same time, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, 5:30 Mountain, and 4:30 if you're on the West Coast. ESBN YouTube page, Sim Racing Media Facebook page. Can't tell you once again how much I appreciate you guys sticking us out and working through these couple of faux pas we had at the beginning, but it's been a blast, and well, I hope everybody has a wonderful night.
See you next week.